So today is the 11th September 2022, and we are at our Sunday Fun Aging call. Yoo-hoo! And today's topic is two people wrote compassion, one wrote possibility. So I said, let me keep both.
I wrote possibility.
So possibility and compassion. Everything is related to everything, and everything works for everything. I mean, all the tools work for both the things. So I said, why not? So we have possibility and we have compassion. So,
double bonus.
So what is possibility? What do you get when you think, what comes up when you, the word possibility comes up?
Options.
Awesome. And?
More creation.
Okay.
So there is a way. When we say possibility, so it's like खुलता है, expansion होता है कि कुछ और भी रास्ता है.
Yeah.
The feeling of getting unstuck, the feeling of getting propelled forward.
Oh, very nice. Feeling of getting propelled forward. Awesome. How does it get any better than this, and what else is possible? Hi, Kirti. Good to see you. So the beauty of possibility is it's undefined. You cannot really define it. Can you define it?
No.
Possibility for you could be something different. Possibility for the other person could be completely different. And also for you, from time to time, it could be different. 10-second increment, it could be different. So the question here is that do we choose possibility or do we choose whatever we've always been choosing?
So when you were saying that possibility is it changes from every 10 seconds and it's different for different people. So again, what I could perceive is like what works for us, what gives us that expanded feeling, what gives us that lightness, what gives us that fun is a possibility. It might be it might be not light for the other person. It might not go well with other person. What is possibility for me might not be making other people happy or not go well with them also.
Yes. Awesome. So, we read a book in a book club. Where is my doorway to possibilities? It was a wonderful book. So I would want to ask you, I think Gary also asked this question in that book. What do you know about infinite possibility that none of us know? There are some times when people come up with things and you say, oh my God, that's also possible. So what do you get? And can you be the invitation for others to choose possibility too?
थैंक यू फॉर दैट कमल, बिकॉज जब आप ये बात बोल रहे हो तो ऐसे लगता है कि आप जब एक पेडेस्टल पे आने के बाद व्हेन यू चूज देन समथिंग एल्स ओपन्स अप. आप एक ही इट्स लाइक क्लाइंबिंग द स्टेयर्स. एक नीचे खड़े होकर आपको पूरा का व्यू नहीं दिख सकता. एक स्टेप जब आप ऊपर लेते हैं तो आपको कुछ और व्यू नजर आता है. So, and when you choose, yes, obviously people, you become an invitation to
And another possibility opens.
Yes.
And another doorway opens.
Yeah. So
I can also choose that.
yeah. Because कई बार हमें लगता ही नहीं कि अच्छा यार ये भी possible था. अभी भी when I've started choosing in my life, तो कभी लगता है अच्छा यार ये भी तो possible था. ये भी तो है, ये तो कभी सोचा ही नहीं.
Exactly. And when I was saying that you can't decide or you can't conclude possibility. Possibility, according to what I get, starts with asking a question.
Yeah.
Choosing what you've never chosen before.
Very true.
First, you want to ask a question. First, you want to ask a question, and then you want to see the possibilities. Oh, what else is possible? What else can I choose? What else will create greater?
Thank you.
You get to when you ask a question, you get to know infinite possibilities. Oh, this, like you said, oh, this can be chosen, that can
solve easily.
Sorry? Hello? Hello, self-elevate. What is your question, darling?
Hi, Kanwal, Geetu. I was just renaming and like just working to come live on the device, using a new device. So I am on the hearing mode. I'll just correct
No, we can
the
hear you
camera
too.
and come.
So you're on a hearing and speaking mode. We can hear you too. So what was the
Okay.
question?
When I just heard what Angela said, a little bit of it. So possibilities, we always keep talking about it. So the question here was, uh, rather no question. I'm on absorbing mode right now. Rather, I'm on no question also.
Okay, all right, but I thought you said something.
I'll come back.
So I would ask what question I need to ask in every situation. Just that simple question about what do I need to ask here would show me the possibilities.
Okay.
So people usually what they do is they ask a question. Okay, I want this. And then they've decided beforehand only that they want this. And then they ask a question, how will they get that? कौन सा क्वेश्चन पूछे कि मुझे ये मिल जाए? That's not a question, guys. That's a conclusion. Question is a question when you don't know the answer. Then only you can see the possibilities. Then only the universe can lay out the buffet for you. You can choose this, you can choose this. How do you ask a question? Interesting. Just become present with that. Aren't you always asking questions? And then become present with that. Is this a question? Or is this a statement or a conclusion with a question mark at the back? Can you give me an example where you want a question, Harkirti?
With regards to self-love, like how do I improve to improve my self-love?
To improve your
Self-love.
self-love. Okay. So you don't know how to improve, how to get to more of loving you?
Yeah, like I'm in this space. I'm like reading articles and stuff. But yeah, it is a little not very clear.
Okay. So you have already assumed that you don't love yourself.
With the way I have acted, yeah, I have somewhere.
Okay. So could a simple question like, body, how would you like to be nurtured?
Yeah, that would be great. That's great.
Or you could ask, okay, what fun can we have today? What would create ease in our body? What would create ease with both of us, me and body? And then choose. Then the possibilities will show up. If you already decided, what if every moment was choosing you? What if every moment was caring for you? There you see something somebody said to you, sorry, and suddenly you react. What at that moment would be caring for you? Can you define caring?
Yeah, it's dynamic. It's moment to moment.
Yeah. So for me, it would be not getting into that. Oh, it's not personal. Is it relevant to me? Bye bye. Not to pounce in to fight or to get upset or to whatever, rather than what would be loving and caring for me.
Hmm.
So every situation can be loving and can be unkind, can be kind and unkind, caring and not caring. Every situation. You're looking into the mirror and your mind tells you, oh, this, you did not put kajal today. Or I'm not looking the best. You could change to what would be kindness for you, what would be caring for you. Which will open door to all the possibilities for caring for you. Oh, I could do this. I could do this, like Angela said. So you can also ask, what question do I need to be?
Okay.
What question do I need to ask? If there was a question here, what would that be? Nahin? Did it make any sense?
Yes, yes, I was writing the question down.
You know, have you noticed that the energy is so different when you are functioning from question rather
Yes,
than conclusion?
yes. Thank you so much.
Just going, oh, oops, I've concluded again. Oh, I'm not going to choose that. Being aware and conscious in it. You're not chutti from consciousness.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, conclusion create more conclusions. You're always coming from DJCCs, decision, judgment, competitions, and conclusions.
Hmm.
And then that creates more judgments, and that creates more judgment. And what if you were aware that everything is available and everything is possible? It was just a choice to choose. Oh, I could choose that.
Thank you, Kanwal.
You're welcome, darling. People tell me, why are you living here? Why don't you just choose some other place, take a flat, lock it up, go wherever? They cannot see the possibilities I can see when I am here. It's not wrong, it's not right. As long as the birds are still singing and the peacocks are flying across my farm, I can see million possibilities. Actually, it's all about being aware of what choices do you have and what lightens up your world. So, guys, anybody has any questions about possibility and compassion? Okay, we are done. Bye-bye. So in Access, we have 4 elements that we suggest everybody should function from is question, choice, possibility, contribution. If you're functioning from all these 4 elements, then each person's input becomes a contribution to the whole, which keeps expanding takes you to new possibilities. Each of us contributes to everything that's going on the planet, good, bad, and the ugly. Gary always says every time I do a class, the gift that people be in my class is amazing. Because of your questions, new things come up. In your world, in my world, in everybody else's world. So please, there's no small question, no irrelevant question. Anything that comes in your head, just speak it out. अगर कुछ गलत है ही नहीं, तो what's stopping you?
Kamal, can I ask a question?
Yes.
The topic possibilities and compassion. So, as I said earlier, also that there can be some possibilities which work for me. Maybe it's not working for someone else. So, where does compassion come in here? Like, uh, where do we consider other people also while choosing what is possible for me?
So where are you coming? Thank you for that question. Where are you coming from that you were not in that question, you were nowhere. It was the other people who were important. So do you run your life according to what
Not anymore now.
they do and think, but if you still do, that's why you asked that question.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, like when we live in a family unit is there. So at times, like I give you example, chota sa. Like today we had to go to select tiles for the house, and I am in no mood. So I just sort of manipulated my husband to not go. So okay, so that was possibility, and that is where I chose myself. But there might be some other incidents or some other places where, so it just came like, compassion.
If you said no, what would have happened?
ऐसे ही unnecessarily घर में बहुत सारा ड्रामा करने की क्या जरूरत है? मैनिपुलेट करके हो गया तो
नहीं, आप ना कैसे करते? That is very important.
मुझे नहीं जाना
नहीं, मेरा तो मूड नहीं है और what else is you ask some questions and what else is possible and what can we do is okay, compassion, I heard Gary say compassion is based on passion, and he relates it to Christ's crucifixion on the cross. So if anybody ever, if you get that, that's my passion, please, please, please don't go to that. Say no thanks. Because you're putting yourself on the cross. There are a million ways that you can, like you said, you manipulate it. And if you knew that you would always be able to do it, if you didn't have the story that if I didn't do it, there'd be drama, your point of view creates your reality. If you just knew, I will be able to be, what is the assumption नीचे की झगड़ा हो जाएगा? तो तथास्तु हो जाएगा. You could manipulate it today. You would be able to do something tomorrow if you don't want to go, or maybe tomorrow you want to go. What makes you decide at this moment only that there is no possibility? The possibility is only I say no and there will be drama. What else is possible here that you haven't even considered?
Yeah, I get that, and it's like sorted for the day. So मेरा question ये है कि कई बार ऐसी possibilities होती हैं, मतलब क्या connection है?
1 minute.
Okay.
You're predicting. You are living in an unpredictable universe. You are already predicting कि कई बार ऐसा हो जाता है, हो जाएगा, फिर मैं क्या करूंगी? You are not an infinite being. You wouldn't know how to handle that. You can call Kanwal at that time. You can, in between the jhagda, you can tell her, just hold on, let me call Kanwal. Come on, where are you coming from, darling? You already assuming that this will happen. Tathastu, it will happen. I have all the tools. I know how, that deep down, honestly, say truth, do I know how to handle any situation in the on the planet, in your life? Then
Yes.
where are you going this? Where are you going to?
Yes. Yes.
I think I'll go for some joy in my house, joy in my life, not passion.
Yeah.
Yes, Hari Kirti.
Hi, Kamal. So, the conclusions that we come to with regards
to speak a little louder. I think I don't know about the others, but
okay,
I'm getting
okay.
old.
Yeah, the conclusions that we come with regarding people.
Can I have a look at you, darling?
Yes.
Rule here, when somebody talks or has asked the question, they have to show their face.
Okay, just give me a second. Yeah.
Because I like talking to pictures or names. Good morning. Huh.
Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, so the conclusions that we operate from with people, like most of the time, we realize it much later after the conversation is done.
Yeah, you're so right. So it's all about building a muscle, not making yourself wrong. And every time, slightly also, you can change something. You go for, oh my God, thank you so much. Can I have more of that, please?
Okay.
And then you keep choosing it, and sometimes you will know afterwards, and sometimes you will know in between, and then there will be a time you'll know beforehand, and then you'll become that, and you'll become the possibility and not the question, and not the conclusion.
Okay.
Can you be kind to yourself?
Yes. That's the theme of
Trust.
the day.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, self elevate.
Hi, Kaval, and hi, everyone else. So here, there's an acknowledgement that I want to share. So long ago, maybe one and a half year back, I was on a call like Sunday aging, and that day Kaval was talking about intimacy. I'll figure out the call if I can get, and I'll try to share with you, Kaval, or on the Fun Aging group. So you're talking about 5 levels of intimacy and all that. So the acknowledgement here is, so the other day there was something that was going on in life, or I would say rather at the workplace, and somewhat उसमें से कुछ formula मुझे कहीं से the piles of memory that we have, it clicked. Yes, I acknowledge that I remembered something from the call. So Kisuka, I'll just share a brief the issue. So there was some conflict that people had at work, and me being the acting HR there, it was brought to me. तो अल्टीमेटली जब बात हुई तो ये समझ में आया कि दैट पर्सन इज वेरी सेल्फ डिफेंसिव. I was not judging, I just heard, okay, was very defensive and was saving his or her, I'm sorry to use the word but or as there. And the moment I could go through, when we talk about divorceless relationships or the intimacy wali jo hamari call ya jo hamare learnings hai access ke, I just used one or two things and the clearings. And so they two are sitting, and then teachers say, I am like, everything's the opposite of what it appears to be. Nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. And then I started using the
Guys,
tools, and beautifully, the whole facade where one person was about to resign is continuing, and like literally, I would not say apologize, but at least came to a consensus कि ठीक है ना, that is his or her point of view, and this is my point of view. So thank you, Kaval, Basur, and Access, and Gary, and all the tools. Like we not only it changes our life, but if we start using these tools in like I was also in question. तो जैसे अभी किसी और ने कहा, I was not concluding कि क्या होगा. I was just like being present, trying to resolve, and अभी मुझे ये awareness आ रही है, but हाँ मैंने कहीं ना कहीं ये तो decide किया था कि ये solve करना है मुझे. So I did conclude a little, but then all my efforts and all the tools paid off. And वहां से ये समझ में आया कि कितनी insecurity है. People say I love myself, but self love के नाम पे S भी नहीं पता है उनको.
we
So
don't.
Kawal, just one request. Next week, if you can do a call, what is self-love?
We did
People
actually.
define
We did
it,
actually
but
on self love. We did
okay.
selfish, self-ishq. We did
Yeah,
selfish.
so I'll probably go back and listen to
So
the
good.
call
We did
and probably use
that.
it in the
Yeah.
same organization.
Yeah. If
Yeah,
anybody agrees,
great.
we can do
Thank
it.
you so much. So just,
Thank you
and
so much
thank you
for
so much
sharing,
for
because that's why what
always
we do,
stepping
what
up.
we do. That's why we do this, because we see the changes and we see that you people are using the tools. I am using the tools and creating a different reality on planet Earth. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you. And it was a big acknowledgement, matlab, retaining someone, and, एकदम मतलब हाथापाई वाली situation थी. And कहीं से बस ये सब मुझे एकदम से आया awareness, and I used it, and I was really, it feels good when you're, acknowledged that you saved this,
Yeah, yeah.
because saving an employee is a big thing. So
Yeah, each
thank you,
one of us
Access.
contributes to the motion, which creates a new possibility, a new choice, a new question, new contribution. Yeah. Yes, thank you so much for sharing. Yes, anybody else has any question, guys? No question, we are done. I can't believe that there are no questions.
So can we talk a little bit about compassion?
Yes, sure. So what is compassion?
That is what I want to know.
We talked about compassion, that never be compassionate about something, because you have to give up yourself. You have to crucify yourself to run for your compassion. Even Gary says that don't make access your compassion. Start living access. Okay, get the energy of somebody having a compassionate affair with someone. What happens?
That person is not there in the picture. It's like forever. I mean, like,
Nobody is there in the picture,
hmm.
including him or her. They'll crucify themselves for that passion to give up everything in the world.
Also, what I get is compassion is about a lot about validation.
Compassion is a lot about
Validating yourself. I mean, like, if you're compassionate, if you're doing something for others, so in return, you are seeking validation for yourself from others.
it's not natural. And how many times do you see that compassion lasting? It always turns up hideously. We loved each other so much in the beginning, then it was hell. What if instead we went for nurturing ourselves and nurturing others, rather than being so compassionate about anything, about dieting, about body? If you hear what's her name? Catherine McIntosh, who does judgment-free diet. She talks about bodies, and she's so beautiful, and she tortured herself so much. She couldn't see the beauty in her. She only saw what she cannot be. I don't know how she thinks that could be ugly. I never can even picture that looking at her, there is something ugly about her. How compassionate we get towards something, and then we will torture ourselves and crucify ourselves. And also compassion is, oh, I have so much of compassion for this person, I will do anything for that. That's also superiority, that you can do something that she cannot do herself, or he cannot do himself.
Looking down to others. Yeah.
Yeah. All these are sympathy, empathy, compassion. They are all coming from superiority. मैं इनके लिए ये करती हूँ, मैं उनके लिए वो करती हूँ. You'll give up yourself to do something. What for? For validation, like you said.
So the whole thing again zeroes down to the self-love, being true to yourself and being very, very aware.
Yeah, every moment. When you're saying I'll take care of somebody, you're saying I know better, I will take care of you. वो कहते हैं ना, मच्छी पकड़नी सिखा दो. Empower people to know that they know. Having awareness of somebody is different. And then honoring that that's their choice. That is empowering them. That is no superiority. Empowering them is, oh, that's what they choose. They will choose it as long as they will choose it until they are ready to unchoose it. What energy, space, and consciousness can I be to be as superior as I truly be for all eternity? Everything that doesn't allow that, would you be willing to destroy and unhear it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, PUD, online, short, boys, perverts, and beyond. Gary always says ki, when he relates a story. I went with somebody who was very, very rich, and he thought he was very rich, and he called me to a best restaurant for lunch, and he wanted to prove himself. And so he says, I went and gave my card on the table first only. And when the bill didn't come, he asked for the bill. He said, that's been paid by me. He says, I changed that man's reality. When you give to people who have more than you do, then they change their judgment that they have more than you have. So when you empower people, you don't diminish them, you show them that you can change people's lives. That's what I don't know how this was related to that, but and when they have that judgment about you, that this guy was rich than me, he paid all that bill and all, then that means that they're judging you, and that means that you will have to have more than what they thought you had. So that is one way of having more.
So actually, every choice and every action of yours is an invitation to people to empower them.
Exactly. You're creating your future, and is an invitation for everyone to empower them. Yeah.
Thank you so
And
much.
compassion is also, I think I'm getting, is making yourself a prisoner. You make yourself a prisoner to the point of view that you can do something, that you can, then your whole life is only, and you are a prisoner to your own judgment. Because you have to make yourself right. When you have a judgment of something, then you spend your whole life making yourself right. And if you say, oh, I'm wrong, you've got total freedom. We are prisoners to our family, we are prisoners to our points of views, prisoner to our belongings. I'm very compassionate about my plants. In the beginning, I was getting so paranoid, and को मरता था plant तो मेरे को इतनी problem हो जाती थी. माली कोई बोल दे क्या है, कैसे माली हो, आपने पौधा मार दिया ये. And now that plant chose to die. It's okay. And when I start doing that, the same plant somebody else gifts me. How cool is that? So every way we are prisoners to our belongings, to our bodies, to our families, to our language, to our country, to our culture, to our age, relationship. Would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it all, please? And set you free and set everybody else free? Everything doesn't allow that. Will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, online shows, boys, pervads, and beyonds.
How well we have been trained to be compassionate, and lifelong we have been made wrong कि तुम में तो compassion है ही नहीं, no? बिल्कुल भी नहीं है, किसी चीज का ध्यान ही नहीं है, किसी चीज का यही नहीं है.
Yeah, we've been made wrong. Jack of all trade, master of none.
Yes.
एक चीज पकड़ लो वही करो. नहीं, मैं तो सब कुछ कर सकती हूँ. Nobody tells you that. They tell you can only be good at one thing. You can't be good at everything. And you don't want to be good at, you just want to have fun.
Yeah. I was made wrong. You know, अभी तो बहुत जल्दी जल्दी choice करती है. अभी ये है, अब थोड़े दिन बाद इसका interest change हो जाएगा. Switch to this. She'll switch to that. Life, throughout life, I was made wrong कि एक चीज को टिक के करना ही नहीं.
Yeah. Exactly.
कंवल, good morning.
Good morning.
मुझे एक कैसे बात करी थी. I just came into my mind that compassion is on somebody is making yourself a spirit bitch.
Making yourself a
Spirit bitch.
spirit.
Superior bitch.
Superior. हाँ, वो तो बोला हमने. You came late, I think.
Sorry, मैं late आई हूँ.
नहीं, हाँ. Of course, we make ourselves superior.
Yeah. Superior तो है, पर bitch साथ में जरूरी है. Not knowing that everyone has their own choices and they can do, and making the other person so handicapped by compassion. ये भी कर दूँ, वो भी कर दूँ. दूसरे बंदे का बेड़ा गर्क करना.
Exactly. Beda gark. That's the word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
जैसे ना I can give चलो, it's not a compassionate word I'm saying. जैसे संडे वो मेरे कमरे के रूफ के वो झाड़ते हैं, like Wednesday संडे. तो इस लाली को बोलो कि आपके कमरा साफ कर दे, लड़का इसे नहीं मैंने नहीं कराना. But when he sees me, ये वो पहले मैडम का मत करो, पहले मेरा कर दो, like without even saying. It's just probably is your attraction to other person, maybe. So I know what we say.
When you don't say it, they get to know it.
Yeah, energy.
When you are saying it so many times, then that's the defense that comes up.
Yeah. True.
So every time you have compassion for someone, you are inviting abuse on yourself also. And when you do that, people want to kill you. They might not be able to say it, but they want to kill you. How many people do you want to kill when they are all the time saying, oh, I will do this for you, I do that for you, or anywhere, or you should be doing this, you should be doing this, you should be doing. मैं आपका प्यार करती हूँ, मैं आपका ध्यान करती हूँ, इसलिए मैं आपको ये कहती हूँ. You want to kill them.
I'm giggling like anything when I'm listening.
It's criminal abuse.
It's suffocating, Kamal. It's so suffocating.
Ah. It's crime against humanity.
Kanwal, can I add something?
Yes, please.
Like it's like when you all were talking about compassion and all this, it's like we take it as a burden. That's what comes at times. However, it's like being compassionate is very positive, it's very good, it's very empowering. However, at times, वो कहते हैं ना, खुद ही स्यापा पाल लिया. So sorry when I say this.
Abusing yourself.
कई बार ऐसा आता है कि और फिर वही जैसे हम कहते हैं ना, like you always say, no, will live in no expectation, no judgment. But the moment you are compassionate towards, you should be compassionate towards yourself first and then towards others. So this is the learning. And that's the way, you remember the earlier Gitu. So that's how even I have changed there, that I am more compassionate towards myself and my being, yet to others. I'm not saying don't be compassionate to others, but then it's कहते हैं ना, जग सुधारन चले बंदा पहले खुद ते झांक ले, पहले खुद ने ते देख ले. That's what I'm getting from all this. So yeah.
Yeah.
So this is like getting a fan call for me. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you. And Angela, you were asking in the middle, in the beginning, मैं ऐसे करती तो फिर किसी को ये और किसी को वो, whatever you were saying. When you're trying to feel what other people feel, it is like you you make it okay. You make destruction okay. You make exploitation okay. Exploiting yourself or exploiting somebody else. Aren't you exploiting yourself for not choosing you, but you're choosing because you're feeling for the other person? You justify your actions. Oh, I am bad. I'm wrong. I should be thinking about somebody else. What if all of us started to think about ourselves first and foremost? It does not mean you stop thinking about others.
So that is the energy that I'm right now in. तो मेरे घर वाले कई बार कहते हैं कि because they see that change that मुझे कुछ नहीं करना है तो मुझे नहीं करना है, because it is not fun and I don't I'm not in that energy to do that. तो कई बार बोलते हैं कि आप क्यों ऐसे हो गए हो, because that is what my body is not liking to do. So कर लो जज थोड़ा सा और कोई बात नहीं.
Aren't you giving them the space to choose what they are choosing?
Yes. My elder son always tells me, when I was in class 12th, you were always on my head telling me पढ़ ले पढ़ ले पढ़ ले. मैं छुट्टियां लेके स्कूल से उसके सर पे बैठती थी. And when younger one is in 12th, वो कह रहा है आपने इसको छोड़ नहीं दिया ज्यादा, because now I understand it's his choice. So let him choose. I just empower him and then let him choose what he wishes to choose.
Yeah.
Thank you for all the classes, all the calls. Thank you so much. So grateful.
Thank you for asking these questions. It brings clarity in my world too.
So Kanwal, I have a demand here that's coming to me, that as you're talking about compassion and being compassionate or not being compassionate, is there any go-to tool that you can suggest to us?
Choice.
Okay.
Anything that sticks you is not you. Is not for you. It's not. It won't create greater. Anything that lightens you up, which is greater for you and for everybody else.
All right.
And that also is building a muscle. In the beginning, your lightness might be what you point according to the point of view you have.
Yeah.
As you keep lowering your barriers, as you keep letting go of your point of view, see, you will emerge. So use truth before that. Truth, what will this choice create?
Exactly.
You have.
I don't know why the word trauma showed up when you all were talking. I don't know from where that word popped up.
We love that, no? We love trauma drama all the time. If you let go of the trauma drama and lower your barriers and be present with what will create greater, you will always know. Maybe the first time it won't turn out to be the way you would like it, but as you have more allowance, as you have less points of views, even if it doesn't turn out the way you have asked it to turn out, it will be greater. So who's an empath? Empath is somebody who takes the disease or the feeling or whatever out of somebody else's body. And in so doing takes that energy out of existence for them, for yourself or whatever. So when you get, isn't it that when that happens, you get stuck with all the shit that you've taken out from people's bodies?
There you go, exactly.
And even though the person will not release it, even though the person will still have it, even though the person will still choose it, you will have that stuff. So now there are two. There was one person who was having the trouble. So in Access, we say when you try to understand something, when you try to be an empath, when you're trying to feel the feeling other people feel, you are taking all that into your body unknowingly. And they still have it. So you cannot take anything out of it. The feeling, Angela, you were saying, what will they feel? Whatever you may do, they will still feel that because they choose to feel that, not because you chose something different. So how often we give up ourselves, parts and pieces and everything to make that relationship work? Does it work? You have to acknowledge that. If you don't, you will always be stuck with that, abusing yourself. That's what you do to yourself when you're trying to understand others, when you're trying to feel their feelings, when you're trying to cut off your pieces and parts and pieces, and you think you are a martyr. You think that will help others. No, they choose when they are ready to choose. And you invite them to abuse you if you think you can take that, you are an empath. You take everything out of that person's body's universe. You take it on, take it in, and allow them to abuse you. Because you think you can handle it. You think you're superior.
So then what to do in these situations? Because then we pick up all that. And then
Mind your bloody business.
But लोग तो आते हैं ना आपसे डिस्कस करने.
आएंगे तो करो. अब मेरे साथ भी तो आप लोग रोज आते हो. रोज की आपकी सारी प्रॉब्लम थोड़ी लेके बैठ जाती हैं. I give you tools. Okay, use this. This might help. Okay, use this. This might help.
But कई जगह हम लोग वो इमोशनली कनेक्ट हो जाते हैं ना, as Angela also shared.
Feelings, thoughts and feelings and emotions are the lower harmonics. You are trying to be a finite being when you can perceive, know, be and receive and be the infinite being you truly be. So everywhere you go into, I can handle this. I am a superwoman. I can do it all. Would you be willing to give that up? I'm not saying give your capacities and abilities, but that psychs you to go help every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Just because you think you can. So the best answer is mind your own bloody business.
And also, when we mind our business,
Sorry?
also when helping other people, how will people, say कि बहुत अच्छी है Angela, ये बहुत अच्छी है गीतू.
Yeah.
They're
And
all,
people still don't.
yeah, they still don't.
Like yesterday, the evening class said, इतने देर से उसका सारा काम कर रहा हूं, I'm not charging him anything, but he's thankless. You would do it for what?
ये खुद को राइट प्रूव करने की चक्कर में ना मैं ये सब सीख लेती हूँ और करती रहती हूँ.
Exactly.
That's what
I am wrong, you are right. Best tool ever. What creation of your empathic capacities are you using to validate other people's realities? Everything that is, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, awkward, online shorts, boys, ads, and beyond. There is no possibility there. Only possibility of abuse.
And then we get into that, मैंने तो ऐसा किया था, ये तो ऐसा हुआ था, but मेरे साथ ऐसा हुआ. So thank you for this clearing. It's like the Angela also mentioned that I am being nice, but then why is the same not coming back to
No,
me?
you be nice. What is
This
nice?
comes.
What have you? What do you think nice is? Doing for others?
वो helping others.
Yeah, we are all taught that we must help those who
Help
are less
others.
fortunate than us.
In our mythology also, Kamal, मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम राम को
Ram.
बोला गया है, and Krishna was like, manipulate.
I love Krishna.
Yeah, I have started loving him too.
He did everything that he wanted to do, and still he was God.
Yeah.
मंदिर बनाए हुए हैं, वो उसकी वाइफ ही नहीं थी तो मंदिर बनाए हुए हैं. What the fuck? और यहाँ पे अपनी बेटी को काट पाट के बाहर फेंक देंगे if she is with somebody. We are such fake people.
But the rules of Bhagavad Gita still stand true all over the world. There are so many.
Take
So
what
if you talk
you
about John Maxwell and
take
everyone.
what works for you. Don't blindly do.
Yeah. No, what I'm saying is,
तो भगवत
the whole
गीता में
leadership
राम जी
rules.
तो नहीं है ना?
कृष्णा है.
हाँ.
कृष्णा है. और वही मैं बोल रही हूँ कि वो जो रूल्स है वो आज ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड आप कोई मैनेजमेंट बुक उठा लो, आपको वैसे ही मिल जाएंगे. और वो आज की सिचुएशन में भी दे प्ले फाइन and they choose, like if you pick, they work for you.
Exactly.
Because he was of the point of view consciousness. Be conscious and do what works for you.
Exactly. Only superiority we have is a superior choice. And that also not coming from judgment, from the energy of what else will create. Not when you decide this is a superior choice, there you are coming into conclusion. But no, that superior choice that you know is a choice that will work and that lightens you up. That is the superior choice. You don't have to give a name to it. One minute left.
So today I would like to let go of all the constraints and all the negative vibes I had in terms of me being a superior bitch and conquering myself. And I would just like to release all this because for me it was little negative. I would like to just like let go of it and be a true empath for my own self. right and wrong, good and bad.
इतनी कहानियां जब पढ़ते हैं हम, ऐसा कोई क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं तो वो क्वेश्चन नहीं होता, वो तो सिर्फ सारी कंक्लूजन्स के पीछे एक क्वेश्चन मार्क लगा दिया गया होता है। ऐसे होऊंगा, मैं ऐसे होंगी, मैं वैसे होंगी, मैं वैसे करूंगी। ओके, लिसन एंड आस्क। यू सेड पीपल कम टू हेल्प विद यू। लिसन एंड आस्क क्वेश्चन टू फाइंड आउट व्हाट पीपल रियली वांट व्हेन दे से दे वांट हेल्प। 90% of the people who ask you for help, they are asking you, do this for me.
Exactly,
doesn't mean
exactly. Yes.
Help would be empowering them to know that no, they are capable of, they have the ability same as me. They want answers from you. बता दो मुझे क्या करना है. How can you empower them? They want you to do it for them. They play victim. Yeah, they victimize you by doing you, by making you do it for them.
कमल, वो अक्षय
And
कुमार
they
की
control you. उनको फीलिंग क्या होगी जब मैं ये करूंगी? They are controlling you. If you don't have any point of view what your children do, what your husband do, and you're not controlling them. You're giving them the freedom to be. They will not think twice. If you are doing that, they will not think twice of हमें कुछ करना चाहिए अपनी माँ के लिए. ये जो माएं बोलती हैं मेरे बच्चे ये करें, फोन नहीं करते, आते नहीं, they are all controlling bitches. What can I take from you? Not what I can contribute to you.
I'm blessed to be on the call today.
Thank you so much. Me too. So everything that brought up, would you all be willing to let it go just now, just for time, for eternity, and choose you in every now moment? I'm going to close it.